Hello guys and welcome to my review of the Leatherman Micra. Now I've had this little multi-tool for quite a long time now, but I just wanted to do a little review on it because if you're looking to buy it yourself, then you might want to see what what tools it has and what it obviously can sort of do. I mean, I will leave a link to both this little case that it's held in and the Micra that you can see just there itself in the description. So if you want to buy it for yourself, just look there and you'll find an Amazon link which you can buy it for. So let me just take it out of its case. So let me just do that. Okay then, so here is the Leatherman Micra outside of its case. It's very small and lovely. I quite like it myself. I like the fact that it's got a little keyring thing here, so if you want to stick it on your keys, it's very useful to be on your keys if you're stuck somewhere and you just need a little hand. This tool is really good for that. Obviously, you can see that there's a name. You can get these in different colours as well. I chose to get mine in green because green is my favourite. I don't know what yours is, but they do have blue and red options and tons of different ones. But I decided to get mine in green. Now let's open the tool out and let's see what we actually have inside here. So let's open it out. Okay then, here is the tool opened out. Obviously it's a smidge difficult to open it one-handed, so I just wanted to skip that and basically open it two-handed. And as you can see, from the start we have the scissors on the top here. These scissors are quite useful because it fits in your hand like this, and you can basically cut most little pieces of paper. So these scissors are basically going to cut through any little thing like cardboard or paper. So if there's anything that you just quickly want to cut through, like say for example, there's a bit of loose string on your clothing you want to cut through, things like that. You buy new clothes, there's a tag on it, you'll be using it a lot for that sort of purpose. So it's only for the small things, but it can come in handy when, like, obviously you're outside, you're not obviously at home, and you just want something quickly to basically cut something up. The scissors will obviously provide you with that. So first off, I'm going to start with the tools on the left side here with the Leatherman Micra name on it, and then we'll go over to the tools on the right side here. So let's start off with the tools on the left side. Okay, so first off, we have the tool which doubles as a little screwdriver and as a bottle opener. The bottle opener here, yeah, obviously that comes in very handy when you're just out with your friends, or when you're just out with your family, and you quickly want to open something. You don't want to damage your hands or something. You can just legit just pop this out and bam, it's done. This little thing I've used for tons of little things, like if you got like computer parts or things like that, like those tiny little screws they're using like keyboards or in the computer board, you can easily use this to take those out. I mean, some little tiny screws like on remote controllers or things like that will come with those tiny little screws, and that is what that will aid you for the most, I think. And of course, each tool has a little thumb indent in there, so you can basically take it out with your thumb, and it's easier to do that. And obviously it should have that, but yeah, that's the first tool. Okay, so the second tool here is the Phillips screwdriver here. As you can see, it says it there. This one obviously has a thumbtack on it as well, and of course you can basically use this for any times you'd be using a screwdriver as that for any purpose. I mean, I have used this countless times. I can't remember exactly which, but I remember I have been using it countless times. I used to work in a big firm, and we had to take we had to deal with a lot of computer rigs and stuff. We had to deal with just a lot of stuff like that, and this helped a lot with that. I remember passing this tool around to all my colleagues 100 times over, just to basically for them to basically unscrew stuff. So that comes in handy a lot of times. The last tool we have here is obviously a set of tweezers, which you can see here. Now, I don't really have to explain what a set of tweezers can do. I mean, not really, but yeah, that's the last tool. That is just a pair of ordinary tweezers. Okay, so now we will be moving on to the right side. So there's just a good shot there of all the tools, and now we'll be moving on to the right side now. Now, on the right side here, you can see that we have the trusty blade as the first tool. I personally love a blade as a tool. I mean, a lot of people do see a blade as a very dangerous item, so be very wary of that. Say, for example, you go to theme parks or you're going to places like that, they will sometimes stop and ask you whether or not you have anything like that. Like recently I went to the Harry Potter world and I pulled this out, and the guy said, nope, we had to take that in, so just be very careful of that. Obviously I got it back, as you can see, but just be very wary of that. You know, if we're going to a place like that, just leave it in the car or something like that. Obviously it defeats the purpose, but you know what I mean. You can tell why they actually have it. But this knife is very useful now. You can see that I've actually used it by the blade, but I have used this knife for absolutely tons of things. The amount of things I've used this blade for, I can't even say. This blade will probably be one of the most, if not the most useful tool on this. A blade is just a useful tool in life. To have a blade like that is a useful tool. Now, if you're in England now, don't be scared of the blade laws, because it's not long enough to basically be classified as a legal blade to use. You can carry this around. Just make sure you basically have a reason for carrying it around. So if you do ever get stopped, they can basically say you have a reason for it. I mean, I've never been stopped. And, well, I've never been stopped properly by anybody like that. And anybody who has basically seen it around has just basically just said I have to be careful with it, or basically just take it off me and then they give it back to me later on. That's one thing, that there's one problem with this, but that's obviously not the device's fault. That's obviously just in England. Now, if you're in America, I'm sure... You know, if you can carry a handgun, a little Leatherman knife like this is not going to actually affect you in the slightest. So, if you're in America now, obviously, if you're somewhere else, obviously check your laws, but just be wary of that with this blade. Anyway, let's move on to the next tool. Okay, so the next tool on the right side here is, again, a flathead screwdriver. Now, obviously, you can use this for tons of different flathead screwdriver tasks. I don't have to explain that, you know. There are tons of situations in which you can use that from. It also comes in handy to get rid of like in small little cracks and stuff. I found that if there's something that you've got stuck in, like a crack or something, or if you want to clean something out, that's quite useful for getting rid of that or scraping it away. And the final tool we have here is the sort of nail slash woodish sort of file. I mean, yeah, I've never actually really used this before. I'm sure that you probably would find a use for it, but I've never actually used it before. I've definitely have used this top part here for cleaning, but I've never actually used this part before, so I can't actually say what it would be used for. I've never actually used it for that. But I have actually used this before, and I've just, obviously, as I said, I've just used it for cleaning. Okay then, so that is basically everything I could have covered on the Leatherman Micra. Now, this little thing is basically used for mostly the common tasks of life. So if you're looking for a more sort of industrial one, I will probably leave another link to that one, because there's one with a different head, so it's not scissors, it's something else. I think they're pliers. So and that comes in handy, you know, in different situations. But I decided to get the scissors one because I kind of use it for just normal tasks like cutting up stuff, as I explained beforehand. But yeah, that is the Leatherman Micra. Obviously there is this little thing that everyone likes to complain about where it overlaps here. You can just see at the tip of the blade that they overlap, but that's really not a problem. I mean, for me it isn't. I've never actually had any difficulty with that, but as long as you're careful with with the tool, it's not going to harm you. You just have to be careful, obviously. I mean, it's a sharp tool. You're going to have to be careful, but yeah, it comes in very handy. And I hope this video here actually helps you guys. If you're looking to buy this tool, it is useful. It does come in handy. A lot of boxes have been opened with the little knife. But yes, anyway, I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching this review on the Leatherman Micra, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you and bye.